Hi, Dave Bourlet. This is Muscle Beach TV, brought to you by digitalmuscle.com. And today I'm very pleased to have my good friend Chris, the real deal Cormier. Chris, welcome to Muscle Beach TV, man.
Thank you, Dave. It's great to be here. Good to see you again.
I'm so excited you're here, and thank you so much for reaching out. We were at Goals recently with all your old training buddies, David Young, Danny Hester, Flex. Everybody was in town except Chris, and we posted a picture on Instagram, and he was like, "Man,
I'm like, yo, what's up?
Don't forget about me." Yeah, Rico was like, "Well, why isn't he here?" So I caught him. He told me, "Hey, I'm about to go back to Kuwait, but let's catch up." So I'm here doing the Muscle Beach TV interview with him, and I'm so excited, Chris, because you are a world traveler now, man. You're traveling all over the world, including Kuwait. You're just about to go back to Kuwait, and that's kind of what I want to talk about with you today. For the past year and a half, 2 years now, you've been a big part of the Oxygen Gym, and everybody's wondering, how did Chris get that gig? This sounds like a sweet deal. So why don't you tell me a little bit how this came about, how you met Bader, and how you're now a full-fledged part of the Oxygen crew?
Well, I went to the Arnold Classic. I went to the competition, and at that time, I just knew of him. I seen him in the video and all the stuff from before. I always wanted to go to Kuwait to visit the gym, just even to see what the buzz is about, you know.
As a fan.
Yeah, as a fan, yeah. And so I saw Bader, and he's we had shook hands and said, hey, that we had took a photo and everything like that. I said, hey, I'd like to come out and do some type of seminar or something at your gym and get a chance to check out the scene and teach people some of the arts of bodybuilding. And he said, you know what? Let's talk about that later. Or let's meet at the lobby at the Hyatt. So we met in the lobby at the Hyatt. He came down. We sat there and talked for about 20, 30 minutes, and I kind of told him my philosophy on the type of work that I like to do. He said, why don't we speak more later? Why don't you come to dinner with us and let's talk more? So at that time, he decided that he wanted to give me a shot to come out there and do some work. Later on, we started, talking back and forth on the phone, and from that point on, we planned for me to go out there. I had bodybuilders, physique guys, all wanting to get better at what they're doing. So I had a nice little camp out there, and some of the guys that was in the camp actually got their pro cards and everything after that. So that was kind of cool to see. And I've been making a few trips out there. Me and Bob have become pretty good close friends on top of what I do in the gym. So it's a lot to take in. But he said I was one of his favorite bodybuilders. When I was throughout my career.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool to hear. And from that point, I wanted to work with those guys and just kind of like, just do what I like to do in life, and that's teaching and training and passing on what I learned in my days.
So when you go there, take me to a typical day of the life of Chris Cormier. When you get there, you get up in the morning. What time do you get up, start your day, and then what happens?
Well, usually I'll have Nathan Diasher has been my roommate most of the time since I've been there. So I hear him early in the morning, 7:30 or 8, either getting his first meal in.
Oh, that must be killing you.
Yeah, get his first meal in. You hear this loud accent from the UK, and then you got Chemo. Usually comes in the morning. He'll have a meal or something. He'll be talking. They're all laughing and talking about whatever. So come up, say hello to these guys. I usually have Rolly would come in an early posing session, so I'd go next door. I would go down and do some posing with Rolly. Then we'd go. I'd leave there, and I was just right next door to the gym, so it's just coming out of the apartment, walking, 20 yards to the gym, and then I'd go to breakfast at at this nice breakfast place out there that I used to go to. Is that's like a daily thing I would do, because they have like American style breakfast, so you get your waffles, pancakes, and stuff like that. And from there, I'd go back home or get a fresh cut or trim up your beard or whatever. Go back to the apartment for a while. There's a good little PlayStation going on. Get ready for my next training session, which could be anywhere from around 1 o'clock or so. I'll get Big Rami coming in.
Nice.
And then at the last time that I was there, I was sometime going to Rami's house and doing the posing in there at his house.
Wow.
So then I'll get some guy. Then Oscar Nani would come in around 2 o'clock. And so we'd do some work there. And then I had a couple other clients that I have that live there. Mm-hmm. So from 3 to 5 to 6, I'll take on some other clientele. Sometime I'm done around 7 o'clock or so.
Wow. So you get a busy day, man. This is it's a packed day for you. How do you adjust? And first of all, when you go there, how long do you go at a time? Do you have like a set amount of time, set amount of weeks that you have to go? Does it change all the time? Is it always the same?
Yes, it changes, but it definitely at least from 3 weeks to this is going to be a couple months here, so I won't be back until the actual Olympia.
Wow.
That week of the Olympia is when I'm going to return.
Yeah, it's crunch time.
Yeah, so yeah, wow. But it's you know, the food is great, so I'm always looking to get my lamb or my shrimp or my lobster over there. You know, it's just they do have good sushi there too. So yeah, man, I go and enjoy my time, and you know, we work really hard though. The gym work is very hard, so it's not like an American style gym. So yeah. It's I think it's less talking. There's a lot of work, and it's you know, like I say, a lot of good food.
Well, let's talk about that, because one of my questions to you was going to be, why do you think that when someone find their way over there, they progress so much? I mean, we saw what happened to a lot of guys, including Victor Martinez. Brandon Curry is kicking ass this year. The other ones, you know, Nathan is obviously from England, and, you know, Josh is from Australia. So we didn't know what they were doing before, but we know what our guys used to look like before. And they go over there, and they're, I don't want to say magically transformed, but they make huge progress. Why do you think that is?
Well, I had someone ask me, do they have oxygen stations in the gym where they feeding you a lot of oxygen in between your sets? But no, it's not. It's I think for the most part, it's the concentration is different. The everyday stresses that you would go through here in America or wherever your home is, I think that's a lot lessened over there. You still have the stress of being away from your family, but it's almost like a supportive type of situation, to where it's a sacrifice for a lot of different things. We all got the common goal as being the best bodybuilder, the best physique you can produce, and I think for the most part it's just a kind of accumulation of all the different things. The food is on time, the training is on time, the nutrition you're taking, everything is right at your fingertips. Yeah. If you you know, you finish your weights, you know, you just go to the next station. You got people that takes the weights off, put the weights on for you, stuff like that, give you spots. They have different workers that work in the gym I mean, there was even, when you go to the bathroom, there's a bathroom attendant that keeps the bathroom clean. So everything's clean, and they had a masseuse there on site, and also the jacuzzis, the cold plunge, the hot jacuzzi, the cold plunge, you know, the different mineral pools and everything like that.
So it's like an Ivy League university for bodybuilding.
Oh, for sure. It's definitely classical, from all the way from the toilets on up to the nicest machine, you know. So it's just awesome.
Wow. Many people here are seeing these guys, and they're like, man, what would I give to be able to go to Oxygen and train over there and really give it a go, and, you know, to have all these tools, to have all these amenities and stuff. What do you say to those people? How is it that someone can actually, someone good, I'm not talking about, you know, someone just getting started, but someone that's already good, but they feel like they've tapped up their potential here, and they would like to go over there. How does that work? How do you guys decide, okay, this guy's going to come, or this guy's going to come? How does that is being decided?
Well, a lot of it, sometimes if it's a good fit or not, I guess, for you know, it's gonna be good for the gym and good for the who's ever gonna do some coaching with them or something. But I mean, it's pretty much open. You can go to the gym. You can, you know, pay your fee. But if there's a certain type of project that there's going to be taken on, I'm sure Bader's the be the one to contact. He do have a slew of coaches, trainers that can help these guys, you know, push them to the upper limits and get the most out of their physiques. But I think Bader would be the one to talk to the most. And then there's Abdul, there's Oscar. All these guys are coaches. I'm one of the coaches too. We all try to band together and make a great product.
Can someone say, I want to train with Cormier? Can someone say, I want to go and just train? Like, they can actually choose you?
Yeah, for sure, okay. For sure. If they can go through with the workouts and they can give me every rep I want and every pose that I ask for, then let's do it.
Let's talk about Big Rami for a second. I saw a recent interview you did, and I thought it was a great interview where you were talking about how crazy good Rami was last year, how you thought he was going to take the title, and then something happened, which Botter predicted, and said, you know what, yeah, I know what you're saying, but you don't see what happened. And then, as he said, you know, things didn't turn out the way you guys planned. I just saw some pictures of Rami on Instagram this morning looking crazy nuts, out of this world. How do you feel that this year is going to be different? I know you've been working with him on his psyche, on his mental attitude. You said that in the interview, and it's a big part of it in bodybuilding. Yeah, it has to be. How do you think things are going to turn out for him this year? Because he really looks phenomenal.
I think it's going to be his all-time best. I think I think even what people saw last year at the Olympia wasn't exactly what I was looking at, like I said before. And
to impress you, it takes a lot. Yeah. For you to say he's going to win, he must have looked like he looks right now, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he was looking, I think even now, I think his muscle's a little bit more rounder. I think it's a little bit more prominent muscle and got a little bit more 3D going on his back now. I'm hoping to get out there and put some finishing touches on some more different areas of detail, because I think the size is there, so it's just a matter of getting as crispy as you can at this point, and just keep on working on development and developing every muscle group. And I think from before he wasn't particularly working on every little muscle in his body, but that's what I tried to instill in him, is get and concentrate and work on every little muscle in your body. Hamstrings, glutes, your erectors, the lower lat area, the middle of your back, the upper back.
Sculptor.
And the muscles that's already developed really well, I'm not really too concerned with those. Not like his legs. I actually had him do a lot less than what he was doing before, because I don't think it's necessary for his quads. Focus more on his whole backside. So I think. But I think he's waiting for me. You know, he's gonna be we're gonna turn up a lot as soon as I touch down. And I think for the most part he's just I think he's gonna show this year way more a dominant presence on stage. I think his abs and everything has improved already as opposed to last year. Yeah, I just think he was just a little bit too flat to show exactly what I was looking at prior to going out there to Vegas.
But also, you said the last 2 weeks you weren't really together, you weren't there, so you don't really know what happened.
I don't know what happened. But Bader told me, he said, you're probably not going to see him until the show. But I'm telling you, he was just. But a lot of people think, I had a misconception that Botter was looking at him or telling him what to do. No. I'm telling you, he was just not interested. Not like he wasn't interested, but he was not trying. He wasn't even asking me what he was even looking like. He was just telling me, I don't think it's gonna be what you think, Chris. I said, and I'm out there beating the drum like, yeah, this guy is great. He was just like, okay, Chris. Okay, Chris,
But why do you think he does that? And I hope this year, since you're gonna spend the rest of the time over there, all the way up to the Olympia, you'll be there to be mental support. And do you think that maybe he gets nervous? He loses his confidence a little bit. What do you think it is?
I mean, only he can explain the nervousness. I know he has a certain nervousness, but I know from just being around him, he really, really wants this really bad, and I think they all do. But I mean, he was. You could tell that it's in his heart that this is the ultimate thing in his life is going to be is to get over the hump and at least just come out there and show that if he don't win it, but just be the bodybuilder that he should be out there, you know. And I think 100%. I think we can even improve more on posing. You could improve more on different aspects. But as far as the food's concerned, he eats clean year round, and you know you don't see him eating bread and going off his whole thing. I haven't seen him eat anything bad when I was around him. So I think that's one of the disciplines that you got to have to go to the next level with your body is that. Yeah. So.
Let me ask you something. If you were able to turn back time, or if you were deciding to do a comeback, do you think that having access to that gym and everything that's going on would make you better than you've ever been? Even if you had to turn the clock a little bit and say, okay, I'm still in my competitive days, maybe the last 2 years and stuff, and you say, you know what, the last 2 years I'm going to train over there. Do you think that would have helped your career?
Yeah, I think so, because I think I was also trying to do something like that, but on a different scale. But I was trying to get to where I could just be away from anything and everything that's distracting and put everything and have everyone supportive of what you're doing. Like, I mean, even when you walk around the town, people are very supportive of what you're doing and everything. And so it's I definitely would have been a great candidate to go out there and
I'm sure.
yeah, that would have been awesome. I would have loved to have done something like that. Yeah.
But would you have been bored though? Because I know you like having fun also, and you're this fun partying guy, and just you like having a good time.
Dave.
Would you have left all that behind to possibly win the Olympia? I think so.
I think so. I mean, also I have my PlayStation out there. They have.
That's all you need then.
So I'm wearing. Yeah, fight night. My Madden. The new Madden's coming out. So yeah.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Yeah, some good food, some good PlayStation 4. What else could you want?
Girls.
Is there anything else?
There's no girls over there. No. Chris, well, thank you so much for giving us an insight, because it's like a big mystery to everybody here. They're always joking the anabolic chicken and this and that, but I think I think you're right. The fact that this is like a full-time job is something that when people go there, they really take it seriously and they put everything into it, and everyone around are pulling for the common goal. And it's so great that you're a part of it, and I'm sure they really appreciate having you over there.
Yeah, I love going there, and I can't wait to see you guys soon out there in Kuwait, and can't wait to get back to Olympia and show all the hard work for all the guys out there. Nathan's working hard, Rolly's working hard, the guys are working hard. Bader's actually doing the diet for Rami, so I'm just going to basically concentrate on helping him obtain his look, his pose, and the training. All that stuff is going to be essential to, the overall look that we're going for. All the guys out there working really hard. You got Curry, Nathan Diasher, Rolly, Askanani. You got the coaches working very hard. Myself, I'm going to be, there, like I said, on Saturday. But you got Abdul and you got Oscar. They all helping the different guys. People are assigned to different guys, and that's where the concentration is going to be. Yeah. Can't wait to get there.
Who decides who trains who? How does that work? Which athlete is training with?
Well, Bader asked me to help him with Rami.
You get the top dog.
Yeah, the big dog, and before that, I was just kind of just helping these other guys with people. But I guess Oscar works with Oscar Nani and Nathan Diasher. I don't know how they became, training, but all the stuff I could do just to help on top of what they're doing. That's been what my MO was the last year, and I think as far as Curry, he and Abdul, they've been working primarily together, and like I said, when I get out there, I'm going to help all the guys on the posing, and whoever is training with us, then that's going to be the main thing.
How excited are you about this coming Olympia?
Oh, I'm very excited. I think everyone should get some tickets. 'Cause I think it's going to be a different lineup as far as everyone think. You know, basically like last year, but I think it's going to be a little. I think it's going to be some people jogging for a different position in the world, just the world standing. So it's the best competition ever in the world. So it's going to be. I think it's going to be something to see. Everyone should get some tickets.
Well, you heard the real deal, you guys. So if you're planning on not going to Vegas, it's not a good idea. The Olympia is just 7.5 weeks away. So make sure to get your tickets now. Chris will be there, right? When are you getting into town?
Probably like a week before, but I'm excited to get there, and I think it's going to be a really big show. Drama. Drama.
There you go. You heard it straight from the real deal. Chris, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I appreciate you doing this right before going back to Kuwait. I know you're busy, and I really appreciate the time, man.
Thanks, Dave. Always great to see you, and I hope to see you in Vegas.
You will see me there. Dave Bourlet was Muscle Beach TV, and we're out.